All right, well, good afternoon, party people. Hope you're doing well. This is Aaron Webb, as you know, with the Legacy Builders community. Sorry for starting about 10 minutes late. I actually forgot we moved the time. Sorry about that. I was taking some other calls, and all is well. Hope you're doing great on this Wednesday. We're going to get started with our Legacy Builders Community Masterclass weekly. And today we're going to be covering increasing that 300% prospects mindset. As you know, we went over the B.A.N.K last week, and what we're going to do today, we're going to go further in terms of why this actually works and the mechanism and evaluating and assessment. So on this call, I'm going to go over a live assessment. I'm going to go over what that looks like, what to look for in the assessment so that we can know exactly what is this B.A.N.K exactly doing for me in my business. So let's go ahead and get started with a word of prayer, and we'll jump right in. Heavenly Father, as always, thank you for reminding me that we needed to do this today. Thank you for an opportunity to grow together with growth partners and coaches and consultants that need to know exactly how to leave a legacy in their businesses. We're grateful for the automation, marketing knowledge that is always being presented in this time. And I pray for those who just joined our group. We had several new people join the group. I pray that they'll be able to go back and watch the replay if they can't make it here today. We pray for them to get not only good value, but they'll be able to pass on the word to know that it's so important to live a godly life. It's so important that we know exactly who we're serving, how we're doing so, and leaving an impact. And so, Holy Spirit, as always, continue to have your will and have your way throughout this session. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, party people. So I'm going to get ready to share my screen here. Go ahead and hit present. There we go. All righty. So today, everybody, what we're going over is mastering the B.A.N.K or mastering the assessment piece when it comes to getting this done before you get on your call. So remember, when we're using the B.A.N.K, as we're going to be teaching here today, you're doing all of this prior to you getting on the call with your client or your prospect, okay? And also before your clients, remember, you want to use this too so that you can know how to talk and communicate with that current client over and over again. Because if you have, let's say, 50 to 100 people, this is awesome to have. That way you don't have to guess and say, that's right. Are they a structured type of person, or who am I talking to? If you got 3 people, then this is good practice. You don't have to necessarily use it every single time because you know who you're talking to by, let's say, the 4th session. You got it. But if you're talking to people that's 50 and you're meeting on a group call or you meet with them one-on-one several times a month, you may need this. And I believe you will need this so that you can be able to continue the communication, continue to sell your product. So just in review of your services, I know some of you all here have services as well, not just products, but coaches, you have your services in terms of one-on-one sessions, you have your group consulting, your consulting coach. So let's make sure we review understanding the B.A.N.K. So we know that the B.A.N.K is through code breaker technologies. And that B.A.N.K is really an assessment of being able to increase the buying behavior of your prospect by 300%. 300%. And in that realm of 300%, you're able to know what kind of person you're talking to, who you're communicating. Are you communicating to someone who's a blueprint first? And remember, these go in order, so it may not always be B.A.N.K. It could be N.A.B.K. or it could be K.N.B.A. So it doesn't matter the order if you don't know these. So you have to know exactly what these entail. Because then if you see the order, you'll be able to know, okay, they're a knowledge person first. So it's important that we know what that acronym stands for before we get into knowing the combination, okay? B is blueprint. There's someone who's structured. There's someone who's organized. You want to come to the meeting early. You don't want to be late. A is for action. Again, just giving a very brief review, then we get into the new content, y'all. A is action. They like excitement. They're competitive. They're about making a difference, okay? They're results oriented. You got to prove it to them. Look, what have you done for me lately, okay? Nurturer is the N. Someone who's more empathetic. Communication is huge for them. I need you to let me know, why am I doing this, right? I want you to be yourself. Don't be someone else that I saw on Instagram or I saw on YouTube. Be you. Then you have the knowledge person. They're YouTube University. They like stats. They want to be able to see exactly what results not only did you do, but are you doing it for yourself? And is this actually impacting our community right now? Is this outdated? Right? So the knowledge person, they're the researcher. They're doing their homework. Okay? So we got to understand what those acronyms mean. So as always, let's address the pain point. What's the pain point? Low conversion rates, right? Many of us, the reason why, again, this is still review, most of us are not converting our calls or converting our sales because we don't know who we're talking to, right? And what I mean by who you're talking to, I'm not talking about the person's name. You don't actually know their bank code, the communication. You're missing that element in your process. So low conversion rates don't increase sales. You got to have high conversion rates. And that's what's plaguing coaches right now. Most are not having a high conversion rate because on the sales call, the sales process is a little shady, right? You're saying cost instead of investment, right? You're saying, how much is this going to cost me versus here's the investment. That's what we want to address regarding this pain point. We want to increase the conversion rates higher. And the solution is the bank code because they are giving you how to communicate with them. That's perfect. They're actually telling you, here's how I want you to talk to me. Here's exactly what I want you to say. Here's what I value. And based on that, it's your job now, coach, to be able to study that before the call, know what you're getting into, so that when the call does happen, it's a smooth transition. You're speaking their language. The conversion rate goes up higher. There's some other little secret sauce methods that I won't reveal here because some of us are not in the legacy value system yet. So I want to make sure I keep it fair for those who are so they can be able to get value. So that's the pain point with coaches in our society right now. That's one of the major ones that's plaguing your sales, that's low conversion rates. And low conversion rates is going to show in your process. If your sales process is not streamlined and there's no discovery call, you're just getting right to it and saying, hey, join my program, it'll cost you this. Low conversion rate versus building rapport, right? Getting to know that person. What's their vision? So I'm not going to reveal all the secret sauce. I'm going to give you a little taste, right? And then there's other questions that you'll be asking that we're going to teach you in the legacy value system. So that sales call is flawless because automation and marketing is one side of this whole system. The other part is sales. I'm going to teach you how to sell. Okay? So last thing for review, we know about this process. We're going to identify, we're going to tailor, we're going to connect and close, right? I gave you two of these. The last minute here in review. Then the next three, I'm going to give you as far as new information, meaning the next 3 slides. So first, we send them the link. I told you that in terms of going over the link. You go over, they're drawing the blocks to the different points, and they're giving you exactly what they value the most. Are they a blueprint first? Are they a nurturer first, etc.? Only takes them 30 seconds to fill out that block. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to craft your pitch. Okay? This is what we haven't talked about yet. You're going to craft your pitch to match the identified personality type. Okay? The next slide, what I'm going to do before we get there, I'm going to show you an actual assessment. We're going to go over some things today. Because you have to make sure that when you go to pitch, you're doing so with certain criteria based on that assessment. It's not just saying, okay, they're a blueprint, so I'm going to show up on time. There's other things, too, that you want to keep in mind and that you want to say and don't say and stay, I got you covered. Next thing we want to do after we tailor our craft, with the pitch, is we want to make sure that we connect with that individual. They are not a number. They are a prospect that loves to have value added in their life. I want us to make sure we are seeing the difference. That person is not a number. You're not just going to get their money. You're going to follow up with them. So we got to connect and build rapport. We got to use language that resonates with their values. Okay? Last but not least, we close them. There's a method to this madness. We want to be able to apply a good closing technique to where you say it and you forget it. Okay? That's the process for implementing the bank code for 300% growth. So what I'm gonna do now, before I go to the next slide, I'm gonna actually show you what this looks like in terms of assessing that document. So let me go ahead and go to, I remember last time I showed you online, but now we're gonna actually go through it a little bit. So another little demo for today. Bear with me 1 second as I get this open. For those who are just joining the group, welcome to our group. Thankful that you're having some good value. I want to make sure that you visit the previous session, because that's going to catch you up on what we've been talking about regarding this bank code. I know you're like, wait a minute, bank, what's he doing with money? We talking about money? What's going on here, right? So I don't want you getting confused. So let me pull up my screen. I got it cooking. And let's see if we're going to have a winner. Let me open up the Adobe. There we go. All right, I'm gonna do it this way. All right. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna actually assess this example of a sales report. And this is actually a live sales report too, by the way. This is not a fake. This is actually a live sales report or assessment we're gonna go over today. So give that a couple of seconds to load up. I'm gonna get a swig of water. Okay. Don't freeze on me now. Come on. Okay, let's go, let's go. Look, I was just before I was going to say I like this 430 slide. I'm not experiencing any freezes. Come on. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit the X. Now we're inside the document. All right, so this is a sales report. So I said assessment, sales report, same thing. What you're going to do, once that person fills out that assessment, they go through your link, they go through the 30 seconds, they fill out everything, it's looking good, right? We're going to scroll down. We're going to go to page number, what page is this? Page 4. Okay? Time to take notes, y'all. Here we go. This is the first page that you want to look at. Your prospect's bank code is A.N.K. Again, this is a real live one. Okay? It's someone that filled this out with a partnership I have with B.E.N.K, Business Empire Financial. This prospect is primarily movers, shakers, millionaire makers. Hearts of gold, they're always excited about life. Okay? So first part in terms of assessment is knowing what the code means. This is what the code means right here. People that are at A.N.K.B, excuse me, are primarily movers, shakers, and millionaire makers. Okay? And then you just read down. When communicating with this bank code, be sure to focus on the first position the most and blend a little bit of the second into your communication. So it's showing you exactly how to position yourself. So when you go to speak to them, you're primarily focused on this part, A. Not B, not K, you're focused on the A with a little bit of N, with a teeny bit of K, and an even teenier bit of B. Right? That's the focus. Right? Next one, page 5. So page 4, go over what the code is, what does it mean. Now we're going into the business mindset portion of a A.N.K.B. Make sure I said that right. Yep, A.N.K.B. And by the way, I'm paying attention. If you said it, keep scrolling up. If you download it, it shows the acronym right there. So this business mindset of an A.N.K.B. means that they're typically leaders with a heart-based mission and their insatiable drive to make millions. So this person is a go-getter. Okay? Here you go. I'm just reading off what is already, remember, we've already done the work. This is already done the work. It's telling you what to do now. So you don't have to guess anymore. Isn't that great? You don't have to go any more code into a meeting. This eliminates that. 300% increase. They serve others by offering support. They're self-motivated to lead everyone to success. So If I'm you, these types of things are what I'm going to be saying here as I'm building rapport on the call. So let's say I'm on the call and I'm like, hey, what's going on, Johnny Q? Glad you got on the call today. Man, I can't wait to talk to you. I know you're one that comes across as self-motivated. You're irresistible. I'm sorry, you're insatiable in terms of making millions of dollars one day soon. You have a good heart for you have a great heart for business owners. Is that about right? Yeah. How did you know all that? Look, you help me out. I want to be able to communicate better with you. And there's an opportunity for us to have some fun while doing it. Let's go. See how I was able to incorporate this right here? You got their attention because now you're communicating with them versus, hey, Johnny, how's it going? That's good. How's family? Cut all that. Get straight to it. Build rapport, right? Because you're setting them up. You're setting it up so that in their conscious mind, they're thinking, I need this person to really get to know me, even though I don't know them. And you're doing that as we're speaking, right? Now we want to go to page 6. Page 6 is showing you what is an action taker. What do they value? Freedom, flexibility, spontaneity, action, opportunity, excitement, right? This is what they value, okay? So you want to make sure that before the call, you're either jotting this down, you can have it in a notepad or have it on your phone, and you want to make sure you're keeping record of this. You can download it and have it on the screen if you want to before you actually share your screen. If you have a presentation, you can actually have this up on your screen, but have it up before the call and know this, know the basics of this before you get on the call. So they value those aspects, right? This is good. This is their personality. Guess what else? They give you more of the first position. So first position, okay, they're action-oriented, flexible, fun. Got it. Sounds familiar. But guess what? Action, boom. Flexible, fun. It's just repeating it, okay? So you're going to go through that. But they are always on the lookout for new opportunities to disrupt and improve the status quo. Okay, that's important. Because guess what they're on? An opportunity call with you. So maybe it's good to mention that, look, I know you're one that comes across as someone that's on the lookout for new opportunities. Clearly, just read word for word what it's giving you. You're on the lookout for new opportunities to disrupt the market. Look, you're not the status quo. You're above and beyond that. Okay? Saying those things affirms what they gave you because we want affirmations. We want the yes. Yes, that's me. Yes. The more yeses, the greater the close. Ooh, write that down. The more yeses, y'all, the greater the close. The more affirmations and confirmations you give, the greater the chance of you closing them. Right? You don't have to mention the second position as much, but still know it. There's nothing wrong with knowing it. Just still kind of blend it in. Keyword here, blend. Blend it. All right, same with the last position. Now, y'all ready for some more secret sauce? I'm giving it to y'all today. I told you, quarter 3, it's on and popping. Sales tips. This is probably top 3 most crucial page of this whole entire sales report. This is literally giving you on a silver platter what to do in your sales process. This is telling you what to do. Be cool, dress to impress. This is what an A&K B person. It's not gonna be the same thing with a B.A.N.K. This is for A&K, KB person. Display excitement, enthusiasm. Skip the small talk. Get straight to the bottom line. Have a sense of urgency. Remember, time is money. Have fun. Sell the sizzle. Lifestyle and the dream. Don't overload them with details, charts. So guess what? In your presentation, if you're talking to this person, don't have too many charts. And they're like, well, I have my own process. Look, if you're trying to close this person for your presentation, don't have the charts. Do a modified version of that thing before you get on the call. I'm telling you, do this before you get on the call so you can close this deal. You may have a chart, save that modification or that type of presentation for someone who's a B, or a K, because then they will need to see charts. For this person, don't even show it because they want you to get straight to the sizzle, get straight to it, right? Characteristics. What do they like? Mention a couple of these, right? Ask them what's their favorite car. Small talk. Again, remember, small talk, cut the small talk. But if they like something, right, you can bring this up in your conversation. Incorporate maybe a few of these in your conversation. Stay away, dislikes, stay away from things like this. Don't talk about budgets. Don't talk about planning too much. Don't talk about repetition. No, you're like, man, I got to remember all this. No. Use a few of these. So what's going to happen is the more A.N.K. Bs you talk to, you're going to start to see a pattern of what to talk about and what not to talk about. Okay? Same thing for the nurturing. Now remember, if they're A.N.K.B, focus more on the sales tips for the A. For the N, maybe pick out a couple of these. Because remember, what you don't want to do is confuse yourself. Focus on the A. This is more showing you, you know what? If you feel that the conversation is leading towards nurture, guess what? Continue to be authentic. Show them that you care. Introduce them to your team. That way you're not losing them. You're not all the way focused on the A. Because what may happen is the person on the call may show you some things of an N. They may show you, you know what? I got a nonprofit I'm trying to build this business for. Okay, that's a good cause. Charity, counseling, that's good. Okay, now, ready for the next step. This is so good, y'all. This is why I love B.A.N.K. Page 9 is probably, if not, the #1 most important page. Most important page of the sales report. These are the behaviors, the triggers, and the tripwires that we got to be able to know as we're going on this call. Okay? An action personality type, so this is describing them most likely. They negotiate skillfully and looks for their own win. Okay, stop right there. If you know in advance that this person is going to negotiate, you better make sure on your call that you are not only authentic, know what your price is, and be sure to convince them. Because if not, they're going to be willing to go down a little bit. Convince them, answer all their questions before they get to their questions. Continue to be optimistic. Know they're competitive, right? Love beauty, looks to find a better way to do things. Maybe on this step, kind of know exactly what has worked for them before. What do they do best? Kind of get to feel what they're, doing right now that's working for them and what hasn't worked. So they're looking to find a better way. Guess what you got to do? Convince them that, you know what, there's a better way to what you're doing. I hear what you're saying, but there's a better way to skin that cat. There's a better way to do that. Then you have the triggers. So you go down that list. Then you have the triggers. That A.N.K.B is most likely to say yes to you, who knows celebrities, knows business executives, wears or carries highest in fashion accessories, paints a picture of a dream lifestyle. So in your pitch, guess what? Give them the dream lifestyle, right? List other successful people that you've worked with. Convey a sense of urgency. Let them know, look, if you don't change, what happens if there's not a change? What happens, right? You can get this result, X result, in 60 days. What's holding you back? Triggers, okay? It gives me a sense of urgency. This is good. You are selling them on this call before you even get to the price. So you all see this right here? Tripwires. This is crucial that you do not bring up any of these things in the call, because if so, imagine that death, that death in 1,000 cuts. This is what you're going to experience. Don't bring up things about style and outward appearances. Don't bring up too much detail. Make sure you're confident. Don't lack confidence. Make sure you're recognizing them for their achievements. Don't have low energy, especially with an action person. You better be optimistic. Look. If you are an introvert, this is your time to shine as an extrovert. Learn it. Do it. I'm telling you, you're going to close deals fast if you do this. Okay? I'm trying to help you. These are the ways and this is also another, this is probably number 2 in terms of the most important. Here's the formula. If you want to establish and maintain a meaningful relationship with the action type, follow these guidelines. Take massive action. Notify your clients with any last-minute sales, right? Flexibility. Identify all the options. This is your blueprint. So what I would do, I would go through these. I would stick with the A. I would make sure in a notepad we'll have this up. And I'm taking note, really, of the triggers. And I'm probably copy and pasting the behaviors. And I'm keeping this and I'm studying this. Let's say, again, you can do this the day before. You don't have to do it, 2 weeks. If you once you can do it the day before. Just do it before the call. Okay? Have that in your pocket. Right? So that's going through the entire assessment, step by step. I'm going to get back to the presentation because of time purpose. But I hope that was helpful. Because what we just did, we went through a winning formula of how to go through and implement the 300% growth. We just did it. We just went over it. Okay? How is this going to help you build your legacy? This is going to help you build your legacy because you're being innovative in your sales. You're not just going through a normal, okay, here's what you're going to get. It costs this. You're ready to start. No. You're actually communicating the way they need to be communicated to. That's being innovative. You don't want to just be like everyone else in a sales call. You want to be your authentic self. You're building trust. Now that you see these conversion rates going up and it's higher, now you're building trust with those individuals. You're having greater success. Now you can scale. Versus, okay, hopefully the next call can generate, this amount of money for me. Versus I'm going in, I know what they look like, I know how to sell to them, I know the communication code, we're good. I know what they need. That's how you grow. Okay, that's how you leave a legacy. So in conclusion, about to wrap up, y'all. When it comes to joining the legacy value system, if you are excited as I am, and you like, you know what? I need that bank system for myself. I need to know how to close. Let me get this legacy value system. Yeah. DM me, legacy. Let's schedule a strategy call. Let's get it on the calendar. You'll get access to those tools I mentioned before in B.A.N.K. You also get access to those funnels. We'll be able to set up for you your offer, ideal client, your avatar. We'll set all that up. We'll go over some sales strategies, and we'll help you succeed. All right? My name is Aaron Webb, signing off. We just went over today how to increase buying behavior by 300%, how to implement those things. If those watching the replay get some value out of it, DM me. I want you in this legacy value system. Let's do a strategy call. Let's get it started. Have a great day. See you next time.